Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd do a bit of a 3-car update this time. I don't think I've got enough for a whole episode on any one car, so thought let's do all three. So let's get into it. So guys, the first one to cover is the Optima Mid 60th. I've made some good progress on this one. As you can see, I still don't have a body. I'm waiting to pick up one of the original Optima Mid bodies, just because that's what I think I prefer for this. So yeah, I guess the immediate thing you're probably noticing if you've watched the last episode is that I've replaced the Kyosho square blocks with some R1 spike tires, so OT 66 replica tires. These are really nice. I'm really impressed with them. The fit is really good, and they have a lovely spike pattern, obviously. And as you can see there, the fit of the tire to the rim is just really good, really easy to fit. And they just, all four of them just went on really easy. Close up there of the tire writing with the replica Bridgestone on the tire. So yeah, apart from the tires, what else have I done? Well, not very easy to see, but I've now got Coswork dog bones in the back. So if you recall, I stole the dog bones out of this to put into my Optima Mid Custom Special, just because the ones that were on that car were really rusty and cack, and I'd always thought I would want to put UVs in the back of this one just so it's got them all round. I mean, you know, same deal with the custom really, but this is, I don't know, I just felt like because the original Optima Mid re-release had them all round, this should as well, so I just went ahead and did that. The other thing you're probably noticing here is the anti-roll bar or sway bar. So I've got sway bars all around now. So yeah, I just think they really help to finish the car off a bit. I'll flip round to the front. So you can see the bar through the front there and into the little olives. So yeah, it's kind of funny because these plastic loops here, or whatever you call them, they actually come with the mid 60th kit, and the instructions ask you to install them, but you're not provided any sway bars, so they just sit there sort of as empty eyelets. But don't lose them if you're going to do a sway bar setup, because you will need them, because the sway bar kit doesn't come with them. It just comes with the brass inserts. Sorry, I've got an ugly fingernail on my thumb at the moment, but yeah, it comes with the just with the brass inserts, yeah, and the bar, of course. I've heard people say about those brass inserts that when you fit them to the eyelets, yeah, I can't think of a better word for them, but people have said when you push them into these eyelets that you should heat those eyelets up to expand them a little bit so that you don't split them. But I found they went in really easily. But what you have to notice is that one end of this eyelet seems to accept the olive a lot easier than the other, so go for the side that sort of goes in the easiest, and if you do that, you can almost just, you know, pop them in by hand. It's really not that difficult. So that was one thing I noticed. So yeah, that's really it for the 60th. Call that the chassis build done. I did decide to stick with these wheels. I mentioned in an earlier video I was looking at getting the original Optima Mid re-release wheels in this colour, but it's been sitting on the shelf on these rims for a few weeks now, and I just really got used to them, and I think I really dig the look of them on this car, so hence why they're now shod in the Marwan tyres. So I think I'm going to keep it on these rims. I think they suit it. I think with the white body it'll look good. So that's pretty much it for the 60th. I'll bring it back on the channel once I've got the bodywork done. Right, back to the custom special. So where I last left off on this one, I've made a little bit of a progress, but not really as much as what I'd hoped to have made. So yeah, still looking out for a replacement for this, the original one. And likewise on the rear, I would quite like to replace this one here because something's gone all funky with it color wise. What you may have noticed straight away is that the shock is fixed. So I got another one of these to locate the spring, and I actually put a new one on this side as well, just so that it's consistent. And you might notice I've got the like the more modern adjusters, and also got the sort of hex fittings. I forget what the proper word is. So we got them both sides on the front, and they came with the kit for these guys. The back, again, I have the modern collars, but I only have the screws, so it's kind of triggering to have to spend another £10 just to get a couple of screws and a whole bunch of parts I don't need. But that might be what I do next payday to make sure it's all the same, because it just triggers me a bit when stuff's not symmetrical and all that. So I'll just whip the shell off, which is literally just sitting on here, mostly because of the standoffs. The upper deck is also just sitting there, guys. So yeah, the last video I got everything cleaned up, shocks all rebuilt. They all feel really, really nice now, particularly the backs. The fronts don't have a lot of travel on this car, and I think it's because of where they're positioned on this brace. I should have mentioned on the 60th that it got a replacement bumper as well, because I pinched this one off the 60th kit. And to be honest, this one's on here because I kind of messed up when I snipped it off the tree. The one that I've brought new and put on the 60th, I did a little bit better, but I still kind of effed it up a little. So yeah, I don't know why Kyosho decided to attach the bumper to the tree in the most obvious place ever, So if you don't get it 100% spot on, and this time I cut it off, I didn't use pliers, I used my proper tree snips that I'd brought in the meantime, but it's still, you can still see where it's been cut off the tree, and it doesn't look perfect. And I don't want to sand it because then the whole surface might not look right. So anyway, we've got bumpers on both. I need to order a couple more of these bumpers for my other vintages, because they get really scuffed, and they just look awful. So I'm kind of feeling happy to replace the bumpers on my vintage ones, even though I don't normally tend to do that sort of thing. If you recall, we went for the recessed sunken screws, hex screws, all over this car really, on the chassis and on the motor plate. and areas like that. On the back here is probably the easiest to see. So you can see I've gone for these 3mm recessed washers so that these countersunk screws look decent. I know this looks ugly. I don't know why it's done that, but I'll be changing that. Still thinking about some titanium turnbuckle set, just a generic year racing set or something, just to replace these because they still look ugly. And yeah, here's a close-up of those countersunk guys. If my phone will focus. As someone thankfully pointed out after watching the last video on this one, the diff gear is, yeah, it's like melted, distorted, whatever you want to call it. It's not right and it needs replacing. But I'm just kind of looking out for a replacement. Yeah, there's a second-hand sort of replacement gear set on eBay, but it's £30, and I only really need the, like the case section. I don't need the spider gears and bearings and everything else. So I'm just keeping an eye out for something cheaper and hopefully rectify that. The belt as well, I'm not happy with the belt. It's had a hard life, and it's it's fraying and it's not in a good shape, and so consequently she rolls but not smoothly, like it feels like it's sort of fighting me. So yeah, it needs a bit of work. Interestingly, this C-clip on here, C-clip or E-clip, whatever you want to call it, came flying off earlier when I was pushing it back and forth, so it just gives you an idea of the amount of resistance there. Look, it's like kind of jerks and pops, and it's a shelf queen. It's never going to see action, but it's still a little bit triggering that it's really does stick and pop sometimes. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out for those parts. I haven't gone any further with the deck because I need to do the steering, and B, someone pointed out I should do a belt cover, which again I need to sort out or replace the belt before I do the belt cover. I did see a second-hand belt on eBay, as well as some other bits and pieces being sold as a job lot, but again, it's too much money for just to replace the belt. And others have said about the slack and that there being a shorter belt available, but you just got to remember this is the long wheelbase, so a lot of the belts that are brand new and on the on eBay or wherever, they're designed for the re-release, so they're too short for a long wheelbase car. So yeah, that's I think that's about everything for that one. So let me pause and we'll grab the Ultima. So what's happening with the Ultima? Well, it's looking pretty sad still. All I've done recently is I did put this replacement bumper on. It's the bumper from the re-release, so it doesn't say Kyosho on it, unfortunately. But my plan is to take it off again and do or utilize the brand new re-release chassis that I have. Again, it's not the right chassis for this car. It's a thinner material and it's a different color. But, I think it'll be worth it just to have a nice shiny chassis without these scrapes. And I'll always have this original one if say someone wants to revert back to how the Turbo Ultima should be. As far as the shock goes, I got this off eBay for £5, I think it was. I've got the bottom part here in black, And I've also got, thanks to replacing on the custom, I've also got spares of, or at least a spare of the bottom shock collar now. So the only thing I need is a spring. I didn't think about that. I don't have a spring, so I need to try and locate one of those. But yeah, I thought for £5 this was pretty good. I thought I'd better grab it. Feels horrid, like the oil's probably nasty, but it looks to be the right thing, so pretty stoked about that. Not often you get stuff that cheap. Still looking for tyres. Again, I've found some second-hand tyres with the Bridgestone on them on eBay. But again, it's just a little bit too much money. Comes with other parts, again, that I don't want. Really could just do with the tyres for, say, £10 instead of 35 with wheels and stuff. So yeah, again, just trying to find something suitable. I did notice the backs have actually cracked, like fully cracked now. Don't know if you can see that, excuse my horrible nail, but yeah, it's tyres really split. But I did pick up these, so I do have what I think were the original pattern on the rear of the Turbo Ultima, or if they aren't, too bad, these are what's going on. So again, these are Marwan tyres, reproductions of the originals, so they will go on. I don't want to put them on until I've start putting this car back together as restored, so I'll just keep the cracked ones on for now. So getting there. This one hopefully won't take as long, being a two-wheel drive, and it really it mostly needs a clean. I'm toying with the idea of replacing the back motor guard as well, because it's scraped up, so I'll probably replace that. And I got a little surprise for what I'm planning to put on there. You might be able to guess, but stay tuned to a future episode and it will all become clear. So anyway, guys, that's about it from me. I just wanted to say, like, my next video, I'm going to crack into this Ultima and start cleaning it up while I wait for more parts, or try and locate more parts for the custom and so on. So this will probably be the next one to get a light resto. I just wanted to say the last 3 videos I did where I deviated away from talking about my cars and started showing some of the resto steps, those videos didn't do near as well. I kind of dropped from, like 700-800 views down to, I think the first one of them was maybe has hit 200, but the first one I think might have only hit 90. So and the other one maybe 100 or something like that. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they're not as interesting to watch, but I've reached the end of my collection and I'm not RC Kicks, or I can't just afford to keep adding cars every week to make videos. So yeah, I'm just going to have to live with that. But on saying that, the reason for me, doing these videos is not to get famous. So if my channel dies, it dies. But, I'll leave the videos up even if that happens. So hopefully they'll be interesting to someone at some point. So anyway, yeah, that's a bit of a bit of a sad note to end on. But yeah, I'm just going to keep pushing forward. So if you're enjoying these videos, yeah, subscribe if you want to, like if you want to. Thanks for the great comments. I've had nothing but amazing comments and help from people. I really appreciate that. I've come from the actual car scene, and my last marquee was BMW, and my God, the difference between the RC community and the BMW community is night and day as far as, you know, friendliness and helpfulness goes. So yeah, keep it up, guys. It's awesome. And see you on the next one. Cheers.